Hello, my name is Muhammad Jalil and I'll be presenting to you the two stages of the design thinking process. This is our team, which consists of 7 members and me included. The table of content includes the two stages and the tools we used in each of the stages. The aim of this presentation is to use design thinking process on how to improve the car washing process using the previous mentioned stages, which is understand and observe. In this project, we would use the design thinking method on car washing in Bahrain to gather as much as possible information and to use all of that to converge to a specific area in car washing. First is understanding, which is a first stage in the design thinking process. We would use it to gather information and predict what would the user might need and their journey throughout the service or the product, and understand other aspects of their interaction with the service provider. The first tool is to ask 5 whys, which is a series of interviews with the customers to ask them 5 whys after each answer from the questions we ask them, until we reach an understanding of the problem they face or the difficulties they face, or even why they do or choose the specific service or product. And these are some of the findings that we find. This is the first example, and this is the second example. Next is emotional response cards. This is another tool that we use, and in it we would hand out up to 60 cards, written adjectives on it, a 30 of positive, a 30 of negative. And we would ask them to choose 3 from them, and in addition to at least 1 negative or 1 positive. The findings of this tool were that 2 of the customers we interviewed has an overly positive reaction to the car washing in Bahrain, and the last one, third, was to be as a negative overall reaction. In addition, we have extreme/lead user. These are a series of interviews that are done with a specific type of customer, which is the customers who use the service the more and the customers who know about the service the most. And we would ask them on different aspects on how we could improve this process. Finally, the last tool in the understand, which is problem statement. In problem statement, we would take the information and ask questions of why, who, what, and when, where, and how, and we would converge all of them. Using all the questions previously mentioned, we would come at the problem statement itself. And here we could see a different iterations of it throughout the process that we went through. And the final outcome was how might we reduce water consumption used in car washing processes, in addition to technologies and tools. After that is observe, and it is the second stage of the design thinking process. We use this stage to observe, as the name implies, how the customer goes through the entire process from before, during, and after from their perspective. The first tool in the understand stage is customer journey map, and this is a series of interview that we interview the customers in different categories, and before, during, and after, and we would ask them how the typical journey goes, the actions, the thinking, in addition to their emotions, as before, during, and after, the opportunities they find, and the areas of responsibility that they were assigned in this process. The next tool is AEIOU, or what activities going on, how environment looks throughout this process, the interaction between the different parties, the objects and tool used, and who really is the user. In this tool, we found out that most customers use or wash their cars roughly 2 times a month in the professional facilities of car washing. In addition, that the car washing is usually done to the exterior and the interior, but not for the beneath the car or the mechanical parts for it. And in addition to that, the customer usually do not check on the work of the services provided to them. Moving to the next tool is the peer observing peers. And in this tool, we would ask one of our team members to go through the process themselves as we observe them, interacting with the different parties, the experience the emotion, the thinking they have to do, and the choosing, all that, including the experience entirely that the customer goes through. We would ask one of our peers to go through it while we take notes and observe it. Furthermore, the next tool is Empathy Map. Empathy Map is also an interview. However, this interview goes through the emotional journey of the customer, and we would ask them how they think and feel, see, or what the customer hears, in addition to what the customer would do or say, the pains they feel, and the gains they have from this experience. Finally, after all of that, we come to the reflection. What did we challenges we faced in this project? One of them was, since our group was comprised of 7 members, it was considerably difficult and challenging to find a meeting time, since it would most of the time collide with one or two of the members' schedules. In addition to that, one of the most challenging aspects was the problem statement, since it would required a lot of information to gather on the problem, in addition to the huge number of people we had to interview that took time and effort. Next, how did we overcome them? We overcome this by making one of our meeting time and class time. So we took our class time and used it as a meeting time, since everyone will be present in it. Other difficulty that we overcome was, since there was a lot of people who refused or wasn't okay with them being interviewed, we decided to wear the badge of the university on our dress so that we come off as more professional and authentic, since this was a university project, and give us the chance to review them multiple times by multiple classmates on different aspects of the tools and different tools that we used. Our work within the team was at the beginning kind of clunky and maybe rigid, because each person would be assigned one task individually. However, later on we found out that it's best to work in pairs, since each task would require 2 people working on it. They would be able to help each other and work more smoothly and have a better understanding of the specific tool. Finally, the tool we used, some of them weren't really compatible, or we didn't have a good understanding of it, such as the initially we chose trend analysis, and that was difficult for us to understand. So we replaced it with the peer observing peer tool, and that outcome was a better outcome than the understanding one, the analysis of the trend tool. And this includes my presentation for my group on this project. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.